Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers, flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. Flowers, flowers to me.
My skin is already moisturized, and I usually don't use a primer because I'm inside for most of the day, so let's just get started.
Flowers to me.
So I start off with mixing my foundations. I use the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer in shade 9W. For the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk, I use 570 Medium Tan. At the beginning of quarantine, I was much paler, so the ColourPop foundation was my shade, but once it started warming up and I was going outside more, that's when I got a bit more tan, and the CoverGirl came in handy for this perfect combination. I mixed the foundations on the back of my hand and I just dot it all over my face and I blend, blend, blend.
Flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your.
For concealer, I'm using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I use shade Medium Sand. The formula is a little thick, but it gives the brightness that I need. After foundation and concealer, I use powder. I've been loving the Milani Translucent Banana Powder in 03. As you can see, I just sort of stamp the powder on my face. This is milled really finely, so stamping it just helps it to lay nicely on my face. Every day, without fail, I've been using the Physicians Formula Butter Collection with Whaley every single day of quarantine. Unfortunately, Physicians Formula is no longer cruelty-free, but since I do have the palette, I've been using it. I love this bronzer color, and it's the Butter Bronzer in Deep. When I got this palette was actually the first time I've ever used any of the butter bronzers from Physicians Formula. I just never really got my hands on them, but it's so good. It is so buttery and it blends so well, as you can see from these clips. By now you can probably tell that I like to apply my makeup a little bit at a time. I feel like this really helps with the control, and that way I don't overdo it the first time. For blush, I'm using the palette again. I'm getting a lot of use out of this palette. This shade is Wildflower, and it's just a dusty rose color that is really beautiful on the skin. For me, I like to do my eyebrows after most of my face is done, so I'm using the ColourPop Brow Boss in dark brown. This is a really affordable eyebrow pen. I got it for around $6 at Ulta, so I highly recommend. It has a retractable pencil on the other side and then a spoolie, which I love. Some people were blessed with beautiful eyebrows, but mine need a lot of work. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at doing my eyebrows, so I always take a little bit longer on them. I create thin hair-like strokes, and then I just try to follow the natural shape of my eyebrows, and I have to constantly look in the mirror to make sure that I get my eyebrows to match as closely as possible. I like to further fill in and set my eyebrows using the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Mascara. I've been using this for honestly 3 years now, and it is one of my favorite brow gels. Unfortunately, Wet n Wild is no longer cruelty-free, so once I'm done with this, I will have to find another go-to. This product saves my eyebrows. It gives it a cleaner and more feathery look, which is what I'm totally going for. Another product by e.l.f. I have the Bite Size eyeshadow in Very Bad. This is the eyeshadow quad that I've been using all throughout quarantine. Pink is my favorite color, so of course this is my favorite eyeshadow quad. All of these colors are super wearable, and I'm starting off with this dusty rose color that I'm putting all over my lid as a base and as a transition. I then take this blending brush from Sonia Kashuk and I just make sure that there are no harsh edges. As you can tell, I've used this brush quite a lot. For my next eyeshadow color, I usually alternate between this coppery rose gold glitter color and the pinkish purple color. Today I went with the pinkish purple color. I just used my finger to apply it because I feel it works best as a glittery eyeshadow. I dab and I blend as I go. To finish off the eyes, I use this dark maroon color to line my lower lash lines and on the outer corners of my eyes. I take my blending brush again and I just make sure everything looks seamless. Time for highlighter. I'm using Opal by Becca. I'm also using the All Over Blending Brush by Milani. I sweep the highlighter on the high point of my cheeks and I also dust it on my nose. I apply the highlighter underneath my brow bone as well. To give my lashes more life, I'm using this Tarte eyelash curler. I have very short eyelashes, so I need all the help I can get. CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume is an OG favorite mascara. I'm super happy that this year CoverGirl became cruelty-free so that now I can use this mascara again. I really missed it and I'm sure all of you are familiar with how good it is. I start with my right eye, then go to my left eye, and then I go back and forth, making sure that they're both the same level of thickness. I usually do a pretty light coating though because I just don't like super spidery lashes and it makes it easier to take off at night. For lips, I'm using the Burt's Bees Tinted Lip Balm in Rose. There's a theme with everything today. I love rose-colored things. I get a natural pink color without the stickiness or worrying about anything rubbing off in a weird way. Lastly, I finish off the whole look with the Becca highlighter again on my Cupid's bow. This is the finished makeup look. This is what I've been doing every day. For watching my video, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye.
Watching movies black and white. When I see you overjoyed.